I'm pessimistic about the next 10 to 12 years because I categorize this as saying the United States, don't forget that we're less than 300 years old. We're going into middle school right now. We're coming into puberty. Whereas Russia, China, ethnic groups that run their own countries are thousands of years old. We're only a few hundred years old. We haven't figured this whole thing out yet. We don't realize that, the pants that fit us really well back in 1970 don't fit us so well in 2024.
We've gained a lot of weight.
So I'm pessimistic because it's going to be uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to learn. I make all the boy jokes about middle school. It's uncomfortable to learn that you can't wear sweatpants anymore and you can't wear silk boxers anymore. And, it's uncomfortable to deal with zits and acne and body odor. And that stuff's uncomfortable. You got to figure out how to live with those realities before you can evolve to the next level. The United States has a decade or so of discomfort before we learn how to move forward and evolve in a positive way.
What do you think that looks like for the middle of the bell curve that we talked about? Everyday people, Americans living life. What does that discomfort look like practically?
Yeah. I think the good news is that to the everyday person, to the average bell curve person, it's small changes. It's more expensive beef. It's more expensive milk. It's more products that are coming in from countries that you don't know about, and less imports from countries that you like. It's more expensive plastic because we're not going to take it from China anymore. It's more mandatory recycling, right? It's things like that the average person is going to work through. They're going to feel the pain, but they're going to feel it in small amounts. It's really the bigger corporations, the bigger American governments, entrepreneurs who are making, 7 figures. That's where they're going to feel the biggest shifts. Because some years they're going to get taxed at 38%, and some years they're going to get taxed at 24%. And they're never going to know what taxes is going to look like. They're never going to know when their investment on waterfront property in, Fort Lauderdale is going to be good or bad. They're never going to know when the legal system changes, right? And the Supreme Court justices change. It's going to be big changes for a small amount of people and small changes for the rest of us.